Hello, welcome everybody. I do hope you are exceedingly well. We're live again to discuss whatever you want to. We have Mason in the house already. Brother Mason, I have, believe it or not, been meaning to contact you because I know you sent me a message the other day,
Oh yeah.
and I just haven't got round to looking at it. I want to give it some consideration because I know you put a lot of work into it, but I believe you sent me some analysis, the synopsis of your philosophical views. Is that right?
Yeah, and no worries. Really. I appreciate any feedback, but no rush, no.
Yeah. No, it was
But
in my queue of things to do, but I appreciate you coming on here.
yeah,
In
absolutely.
fact,
I've got the
I might get it out now and see what it says if you want me to. Would you like that?
if you want to, yeah. Oh, that because yeah. Okay, actually do that because that would really help with the idea I've got. I have just a few minutes actually
Okay.
before I've got to get going.
Oh,
And
all right. Well,
what
I
I
tell
was
you what, if you've
hoping,
only got a few minutes, we're not going to give it justice. So I tell you what, Mason, if you'd like to
yeah,
introduce yourself to people who haven't heard of you before, and just say what you're about, and then just give a brief description of your philosophy, and we'll do that another day in greater detail if that's okay, because I want to do it justice. You know what I mean?
yeah. What I was hoping is that basically, yeah, I could just read it real quick. I think it's like
Okay,
a
go for it.
five
I'll let you
minute.
do it.
Um, but yeah, and then and then we would have time to address at least, the biggest feedback or the biggest questions you might have.
Okay,
But
then.
yeah, if you
Well,
don't,
I'll tell you what. Then. I'll let you read it then if you want to, because you'll be able to use the tonality, etc., that emphasizes certain points that you feel are most important. So, have you got it near you that you can read it?
do, yeah, I've got everything set up. So if I'll just hop right
All
in
right.
if
Well,
you're,
I'm going to mute myself. And
all right. All right. Well, my name is Mason. I'm a father living in Midwestern United States of all places. And yeah, this is what I believe. Harmath Racine thought, a living philosophy of existence. And as a heads up to DNW, I have been making some reworks lately, and I don't know if I've sent you the latest copy, so what you see might be a little bit dated. Harmath Racine thought is a unified transdisciplinary system of holistic harm minimization that sees all competition as an opportunity for the fundamentally stronger strategy of allyship, coordination, and peace. The word Harmath Racine, harmony and mathematics, and Anthropocene and sustainability stems from a vision of the near future that sees peace reign through optimized resource distribution and coordinated investment in the already overwhelmingly popular goals of ending poverty and war, lessening disease, and recovering from ecological collapse as we sustainably explore toward multiplanetary existence. It is a secular and coherent description of what morality, political organization, and philosophy ought to be, and it is grounded in the universally acceptable truths. We seem to think and we seem to die. Together with love is our best and only chance. We seem to think. We are thinking beings that seem to be in a vast, material, and affectable cosmos, inhabited by other thinking, potentially thinking, and interconnected forms of life. The natural processes of this cosmos prove themselves to be indifferent to the existence and suffering of life. So consciousness, defined as the spectrum of awareness of experience, emerges from evolutionary cognition as a survival mechanism. We seem to die. The experience of building and collecting memories that we call life is an endeavor of survival, where suffering and death, random, unavoidable, and final, as descriptors of death, is ever present in our past and current world. It is self-evident that we must engage in continuous, radical intervention on behalf of life and health to survive in this brutal cosmos. Together with love, defined as the force of consent, help, and aid, is best and only. Considering the cosmic scale of our surroundings, actively pursued symbiosis is the only valid survival strategy. Anything less than adaptive, empathetic care for ourselves and our environment is merely a slow death in a cosmos unconcerned with time. Suffering breeds violence, and violence is a recursive loop of destruction with no victors, only survivors. Our Mathussine thought recognizes zero-sum resource allocation as the exploitative, extractive, and destructive enterprise that it is, and instead recognizes cooperation's sole potential to create the stable, fair, and prosperous world we all desire and deserve. Our Mathussine morality can be summed up as harm is a slow death. We must operate with love toward all things as we sustainably grow and foster the immense variety of life that emerges from our very surroundings. It can be phrased as a question: is an idea or action an ought or an ought not? We compare the potential results of harm to the potential results of aid. Then, with holistic and democratic consent of those with involvement and expertise, either discard or move forward with the idea or action as safely and mindfully as possible. Our Mathussine political organization can be summed up as no one left behind. No one is too far gone, and no one needs to be killed or inhumanely isolated in order to protect people. We have the resources and reason to provide guaranteed foundational assets to all: a comfy bed, an easy morning, a little toil, a little fruit, a floor beneath which no one may fall. We can offer security, non-harmful solitude, and rehabilitation to those of us who cannot be trusted with complete freedom of movement. And even under our current methods of production, we have enough food and medicine to end hunger and eliminate most diseases. Any method of organizing ourselves is simply temporary if it fails to provide, excuse me, if it fails to provide lifelong opportunities to pursue both communal contribution and individual passion to all its participants. Any system that exploits will inevitably face revolt and be severely limited by the resources it takes to maintain its own oppression in the interim. In practical terms, this means systemic reform to police, prison, political finance, tax, military, wage, healthcare, voting, education, nutrition, and housing to align these institutions to the service of all, not just a lucky few. Only from a state of being where everyone is guaranteed a place of their own, their daily calories, healthcare, and both a proper childhood education that prepares them for adult life and continued educational opportunities throughout their adult and elderly lives, can they truly consent to how and when they are involved in the maintenance, travel, and beautification of our world. Harmathracene exploration. As thinking beings in a shared, vast cosmos, the lenticular rendered boundary hypothesis emerges as the only coherent exploratory perspective. Our horizons, terrestrial, event, and cosmic, are not fundamental physical barriers, but emergent illusions akin to a rendering distance in a computational system or the distortion of a lenticular image when viewed from different perspectives. They appear as unfolding limits merely due to our limited but growing observational capacities. Since space-time seems so far to present boundaries based on the observer's interactivity, the idea is we grow together to the very edges of the cosmos, and in so doing, discover more, not with the brute force, highly privileged endeavors that are fueled by coercion and guarantee eventual collapse, but an accessible, educational, collaborative, and cooperative effort toward our shared desires to expand the boundaries of survival, knowledge, and connection. The universe seems to be neither finite nor infinite, but responsive. Let us touch the horizon that we may learn how to see. We crave a narrative of existence that provides identity, purpose, and hope. There is a beautiful, truthful narrative woven into the very reality we share. We seem to be listening shepherd voyagers who find ourselves inextricably connected to this bizarre mobile ecosystem called Earth. In our stardust bodies, we are the cosmos experiencing itself, and we are dying to do better as we are held back by those powerful few who profit from our division and abuse. No one needs to be killed, and we are overwhelmingly peaceful when we have our basic needs securely met. We can protect ourselves without tearing away the dignity of those who have acted with violence. We can feed predator, we can care for prey, we can restore ecosystems and distribute the vast wealth of our surroundings in ways that do not breed violence and harm. We can give all things healthy, comfortable lives before the recycling of a painless and fearless death. Free from coercion, we can vote for and enforce the peace we already overwhelmingly agree upon, and a torrential wildfire of revelation and celebration is waiting to wash over our world when we finally and ineluctably begin to share. Consider the polar bear. On whom does it depend? The mother's kindness, the father's absence, the seal's existence, the halobiont's sustenance, the temperance of an ocean holding its countenance. Quite the crowded solitude. As far as the path forward, the transition from our current national struggles to a state of global Harmathracene harmony will undoubtedly confront deeply ingrained inertia and the resistance of systems built on exploitation and competition. Yet change remains unavoidable. This very tension should highlight the necessity of Harmathracene thought with its core tenets of consent, universalism, and rehabilitation, providing the only viable path toward true sustainability. By refusing to cast anyone as irredeemable, by recognizing that even those clinging to the fruits of destruction are ultimately served by a shift toward cooperation, and by empowering the collective will through accurate and continuous democratic representation and comprehensive education, Harmathracene thought offers not just a destination, but the compassionate, and effective method for humanity to navigate the inevitable crumbling of unsustainable structures and build a shared, thriving future. Give people opportunities and their basic needs, and watch productivity and joy explode. We can handle the 1% of us who choose the temporary, suboptimal survival strategy of selfishness. And one just little bit of poetry to end things off.
Okay.
We sail the auto tide. Every planet of our mobile solar system teeming with extremophiles and ecologies from life's storied present. We grow together to the very edges of creation, and in so doing, become fractal fringed and fluent in the dialect of dew.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mason.
Thank-
Very well
That was,
read
I hope,
and very well put together. By the way, anybody listening, that is Mason's own work, his own writing.
yes,
He is writing his thoughts on reality and what we should do as a species.
yeah,
And Mason, just off the cuff, I want to say that was extremely well written. It's the type of thing you'd have to listen to a few times, and you'd have to probably read it as well to take it all in. But I do get the general gist of. There's a lot I liked in it. There's certain things that you said that I would agree with. This universal approach to helping everybody. And also that there was a lot of hope in there, and a lot of people say that's a dirty word, but I don't think it is. I think it's a natural human feeling, and you should craft it in your favor. And I liked the point you made about nobody being irredeemable. I do believe that actually is that like because I question free will and stuff. I do question whether we need to try and work out what to do with people who are problematic, and I hope that one day we'll oh he's gone. We lost Mason. I hope he comes back, but I hope we figure out a better way of preventing injustice, and b rehabilitating or curing people who want to do terrible things. But while we're waiting for Mason to come back, we have Yerf Dogs here. Hello, Yerf Dogs. How are you doing, sir?
Hello, mate. How you going?
Mm.
I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
came in halfway through what he was reading, so I do apologise. I'm not.
No, it's fine.
I can't give an opinion on. It sounded pretty good, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
No, it
interject.
was very well done. Now the thing about Mason is he has a lovely positivity about him, and a lot of people will scoff at that. But I'm not so sure if that's a good thing to do. You know, myself. You know, I think one can be too pessimistic for your own good as well. And anyway, that's just my point of view at the moment. Maybe it will change. Um,
I don't think so.
but yeah. So, have you had any thoughts running through your head as of late since we last spoke couple of days ago or a few days ago that have risen to the fore of your awareness and you feel are important to talk about? Anything in the news you've seen that got your attention, whatever?
Not that I don't really watch the news so much, so
Uh-huh.
there's nothing there that's. What's the latest on the British Army going into the Ukraine Russian theater? Is that still
Oh,
happening?
I haven't heard about that lately.
Okay, I thought that was on the cards a while
Not that
back.
I'm aware. No,
All right.
it was a while back, but that was just for training or something. Yeah, there's nothing mentioned now.
Oh, okay.
What has happened over here? I don't know if you're aware, but we had those riots at the hotel where those migrants were staying,
Oh, vaguely, yeah. You've had
Epping,
a few of those, I think.
uh, and there was a one of the one of the undocumented migrants apparently molested a girl, a schoolgirl, like 14-year-old or something like that,
Yeah.
a young teen, and he sexually assaulted a woman as well. And apparently he went to he got convicted. He went to prison because there was uproar over it. That's why the riots actually got out of hand, because of that. But who's the one guy you don't want to escape from prison if you were the British government, or if you were
Are you
in
saying,
any
did he get
way
out?
involved? He got out today. He escaped today, but not of his own making. They set him free in error, and they actually gave him £76 to go on his merry way.
Jesus.
So I don't know how that happened, but it's almost like honestly, I can see why conspiracy theorists get their conspiracies, because honestly, if there's one person you wouldn't want to be set free at the moment when society is like a tinderbox, it was him, right?
Yeah. That's insane.
And yeah,
that can't be good politically for the powers that be,
no,
considering the state of, like, the general
no,
feeling in
but
the air.
it's almost like, honestly, I'm absolutely gobsmacked that this happened.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, like, honestly, you can see why conspiracy theories they did it on purpose to cause more riots or something. I mean,
Right. Right. No,
I'm not
absolutely.
condoning riots. I'm not condoning violence. I don't want anybody to do it, just in case anyone says I do. But this is insane. So yeah, manhunt after jail Epping hotel asylum seeker mistakenly. I'll read it to you. So police have launched a manhunt after a former asylum seeker who sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl was mistakenly released from prison. Ethiopian national Hadush Kibatu, who arrived in UK on a small boat, was jailed for 12 months over the attack in Epping, Essex last month. Police sources said Kibatu was meant to be sent to an immigration detention centre from Her Majesty's Prison Chelmsford ahead of a planned deportation. Okay, so he was looks like he was going to be deported. But they made a mistake and freed him instead.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he was in prison, but they looks like they were going to deport him, like, back to Ethiopia or whatever. But it looks like they freed him by mistake instead.
I just can't. That's just so
Essex
insane.
police said fast-paced inquiries showed that he boarded a London-bound train at Chelmsford Station. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just insane, isn't it? It's just.
I mean, the guy is. It isn't. Look, if it was anything else, it would be kind of funny, but it's not actually funny because he is actually a weirdo. He's already, like, assaulted a young girl.
He's a friggin' danger. That's what he is.
He's a dangerous man. He's a dangerous man. Yeah, the man has clearly no boundaries. He just doesn't know right from wrong, and yeah, it's very dangerous. It's very scary.
And that might set back the whole deportation thing as well, because I mean, any good lawyer will just go in and start arguing, because this mistake happened, you can't deport him because due process requires now it requires all this stuff to happen. So he'll be in the country longer, I guess. Jesus, that's insane, man. Seriously.
So he in September, this is just gone, that's last month, after being found guilty of 5 offences. So there's 5 offences. He was sentenced to 12 months and given a 5-year sexual harm prevention order, which banned him from approaching or contacting any female. I'm not being bad, right? But if you have to be given a prevention order which bans you from approaching any female, I don't think you're suitable for life on the, like, outside. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. Well, he's not suitable for the UK. He should be deported, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't care. I don't care what people. If people.
I mean, what has he done in his own country? This is the other thing. What was he running away from? Well, Ethiopia is quite a serious country. I'm sure if you do something wrong over there, they chop your bollocks off. You know what I mean? So who knows what he did over there? What was he running away from?
Well, he may not have been running away. It may. Who knows how all this works? Well, I mean, the whole thing is, what the hell was he doing there in the first place? It's
hello to Divine Hazel.
Oh, hey,
she says, "Yay, Yerf Dogs is here." And she says hit the like button for D&W. Yeah, give it a share if you can, folks, somewhere or other. That would be good. Get more people
Mason,
here.
if you're around, mate, please don't feel that I hope you come
I-
back. I
Yeah, no,
wasn't.
he will come back. I don't know what happened to Mason, but he just disappeared. I was hoping to ask him because he sent me a message and I can't find the message. So I was hoping to tell him to send me the message again. But
Right.
yeah, anyway, Retro is here. He says, drinking caffeine, trying to revive himself, low energy at the moment. Okay. Well, I
It
hope
must be
that
morning
you.
where he is too, or she is. That's what I'm doing too. I'm
It's
caffeine out.
probably. I'd say it's probably early evening there where he is.
Okay.
You know, probably 5 o'clock in the evening or something like that. I don't know. What time is it there, Retro? 6 o'clock, maybe. 6 o'clock in the evening, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, anybody else wants to come on here, please do. The link is in the chat. What do you think of this? I've got to give it to Trump. I don't like the guy, but I got to give it to him. This naming, cross border drug dealers as international terrorists. I think that was quite a clever move.
I'm not. I don't. Is that what he did? I'm really sorry. I've been out of the loop for a couple of days.
Well, he's been blown up. He's been blowing up boats coming from Venezuela with drugs on them.
I remember that.
He's been
Okay.
torpedoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone.
And now he's
now
classified.
terrorists.
Now they're narco terrorists or something. He's calling them. And he's actually, they're amassing fucking American the American Navy and stuff. That they're amassing equipment right by Venezuela. I think in Trinidad and Tobago.
Didn't he also
around
send
that
a couple
area.
of bombers down across Venezuela as well? Didn't that also happen?
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, apparently it did happen because flight logs were viewable online. Like you could see the flight logs. You know the way these things all showed up. But apparently he said that didn't happen. That was fake news when he was asked about it. But yeah.
He's such a dick.
Yeah. So let me just check
but that's interesting because I mean, once you the word terrorism, like in the legal sense, that just changes everything. That's a designation that just
the ball game.
It strips away due process. It just basically gives the Americans carte blanche to do whatever they want.
Well, yes. I mean, although I'm quite liberal on some drugs, I do think certain drugs are very, very damaging to society. You know what I mean? Like fentanyl. So yeah, I can see why you might say it's terrorism to be dealing fentanyl or to be bringing it into a country because it doesn't do any.
I just hope he's got his facts right. Because if he's going to start blowing up boats, you got to be careful that you got the right ones. Like.
Well, apparently they're saying a boat with innocent fishermen was attacked the other day or something. I heard that. I don't know.
Right.
I think I read that somewhere.
We'll never know.
It
I'm
could
just
be true.
thinking of like back
Apparently
to
they
the
blew
Iraq
up
War.
They blew up a semi-submersible ship as well because these drug dealers, these international drug dealers, they have serious money behind them, obviously. So it is interesting because for many years they kind of have been getting away with it, haven't they? And they have been making shitloads of money. So it is interesting to see them getting some comeuppance. Colombia, he has his eyes on Colombia and Venezuela at the moment. So he's issued sanctions against the Colombian president because of cocaine production in Colombia, basically
he
flooding
just doesn't
into
give a
the
fuck
US.
anymore, does he? I mean, since the assassination attempts, and he knows it's his final run, I just don't think he cares. He's just fucking going, fuck it, I'm just going to go hard. Go hard or go home. He's just going for it. He's got nothing to lose.
Okay. Anybody else want to click on the link and come on? The link is there. But other than that, I've just been reading more about.
Post?
Yeah, I read it. The one about consent not being a good argument. Is that the one? Because I did read it. Yeah, I read it. Do you want to go over it now again? I read it last night. You posted that or was it this morning I read it? I can't remember. But and then I saw the tweet as well later on after that.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Let me check
you can
that.
go over it if you want, because that's interesting, because that was where you stood. So that I suppose that means
Yeah, I
you're no
mean,
longer
basically,
AN at all.
well, long story short, if the consent argument fails, that's what I've concluded. It doesn't work.
Oh,
And
that's what you can tell people about that. But whilst you're telling people about that, one thought popped into my head about it was,
go for it.
what about people screening for diseases or trying to prevent diseases? You know what I mean? How does that relate to your argument?
I don't know if it does.
Like,
It's for
because
consent issue.
is that look, the argue is, why is it bad for them to? Would you view it as good or bad for them to do that? And if so, why? You know what I mean? And is
Oh,
that
you mean to screen, for example, for Down syndrome while the baby
or
is
whatever?
still.
Like, yeah, some
Well,
some disease, something that would cause
yeah,
trouble for an individual.
I think that's a prudent step to take, but I'm not sure how it connects to the consent thing.
Yeah, because now this is I thought there might be there might be some kind of connection to not necessarily just that, but AN in general, and that is, why is that good, or why if that's good, what is that? Why is it good? Do you understand? Is it because it's
Right,
preventing a harm, preventing a risk of something?
right.
If that is the case, why is that why is that good, and not creating the life in the first place? Why isn't that good? Do you know what I mean? There is a slight relation there, if I'm explaining myself. So when you screen in utero, or you screen an embryo or whatever, you are saying it's good to prevent that harm. Okay, so why does that and you're saying that as well, by the way, and I say that as well, by the way. I believe
Right.
that. But why is that different to saying it's good not to create the life in the first place? Um, or no, sorry.
I guess
Okay,
everyone's got a.
here's a better
Every,
way, yeah. Here's a better way, yeah, dogs. Would you view it as
excuse me.
here's a better way, right?
Yeah.
Would you personally view it as immoral for someone not to screen if they had the opportunity to do so?
See, that's a really interesting question. I don't know
And
my answer.
then I think that might be related to that might be how I'd relate it to, you know, the risk and the consent and all that, So go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
would you and then we have to ask, why is that immoral if the other things aren't immoral? Do you know what I mean? So that's the question. Yeah. Would you view it as immoral if someone was given the opportunity to screen and didn't?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't
It's
know the
something to
answer to
think
that.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's an interesting question. I mean, I've said previously, like with the whole CRISPR thing coming in, I imagine it's going to become immoral, and I mean, I'm having a lot of difficulty here as well with the words of unethical and immoral. I don't know what I feel about them, but it's going to become not socially acceptable to not screen your child before they're born with CRISPR technology, because if the technology gets to the stage where we can correct, all these
yeah,
diseases in utero, then I
yeah.
think it's going to become, scare quotes, immoral to not check. As for
I
now,
completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I would say it'll probably go so far as, like, natural biological births will become immoral in when you can
possible.
have, like,
That is
yeah,
possible. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It
Uh,
really
uh,
is possible.
that is possible one day. Hello to JE. But yeah, I'm losing track of my thoughts again. But yeah, I think there is, maybe it's something to think about, Yuf. I think there is some relation to it's a good question to ask of, why would you view that as immoral? And
Well, first of
like,
all,
as in,
as we stand now, I don't know if I do, if a woman or a couple don't want
yeah,
to check,
yeah.
I'm not sure I would go so far as calling that immoral.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
I,
mhm,
I, I think
mhm.
that's a bit of a jump. But again, I haven't
It's
considered this question in detail, but
yeah,
that's my initial response.
yeah. But you can see why I asked it, because I think the answer to that question, whatever answer you give, might be something to worth to explore in relation to the consent and the risk as well. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're
No,
answering a question,
that's the part I don't understand.
okay, yeah.
Sorry,
Because
but
no, it's okay because the risk it might be worth considering in terms of risk. Because if you're saying it's bad for them to take the risk, yeah, in that sense, yeah, as in it's if you answer it's immoral for them not to do the check and because of the risk of X, Y, and Z. Well, why would you not also say that about creating life in the first place? You know what I mean? In other like why is it different in terms of like IVF check or whatever, you know, embryonic checks? Um,
I've always said that I think everybody has an arbitrary line that they draw somewhere where they would
mm,
say bringing someone into existence is not a good idea. I think everybody has that line. So for some people it will be Down
mhm,
syndrome. For other
mhm.
people it will be, I don't know, like a thalidomide kid, for example. I mean, everyone has these arbitrary lines. Um,
Yeah,
as
and I agree with you. You said something else. I totally agree with that's morality is arbitrary, and it is. It's not
Oh right, yeah,
universally
yeah,
applicable,
yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that kind of is here as well. That is something to nail down and say, yeah, and it's related to what you just said because everybody has different views in it all, and I can't say one way or the other.
Right,
Um,
right.
because
And
and
again,
I'm
I
very,
don't know.
I'd be
Like I,
very uncomfortable saying that as well, you know. But by saying
um,
someone isn't worthy of being born, sometimes, you know, no, in some circumstances, uh, I
I
mean, there's a
don't
lot of
think
people
it's a
get
way. I don't think the framing is saying that someone's unworthy
yeah,
of being born.
I know that, I know that.
That's 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 a that's a. I
that's a
don't think
kind of
that's. Yeah.
no,
It's
that's
more
a
like I don't
misnomer.
think this person's going to have the best life.
Yeah, their life
That
quality. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of. But
mm,
it comes down to framing, I guess, as well, and it also
yeah.
comes down to when exactly do we say that existence begins? Is it
Mm,
conception? Is it 26 weeks after conception? Fuck, I don't know the
hmm.
answer to those questions. I've got
No,
no
neither
idea.
do I. Neither do I. Neither do I. But yeah, hello to Jay. Jay, you coming on here? Did you manage to get it sorted out?
Yeah, did he fix his thing? Did he
Divine, are you
fix
coming
his?
on? If you could share the stream, guys, on
But basically,
Facebook
my
or
my central point
YouTube or
is that
Twitter.
consent. Yeah, the elements of the required elements of consent aren't present in the procreation situation. Therefore,
Yeah.
the consent doesn't apply. Therefore, the
Hmm.
argument's dead.
Hmm.
That's the
Hmm.
basic thing. And if the argument's dead, then my reason for being AN is dead. And
Right.
and for me also, the risk and the imposition arguments are just derivatives of the consent arguments. They're also dead. So as I just go down that line of thinking, I think, okay, well then AN's dead. And
Right. Right.
again,
Yeah.
that's why I tweeted that morality is
Yeah.
arbitrary. At the end of the day,
Yeah. Yeah.
if sorry, so you go ahead, mate.
No, no. I mean, I came to that. I just held my hands up and admitted that a long time ago that it is
Right,
arbitrary, that it is
right.
subjective, and it is all just opinion. At the end of the day, unfortunately, it's all based on people's presuppositions that we all have different points of view starting out. You know,
Yep.
and at the end of the day, yeah, I was thinking about this today. Morality is kind of is the attempt to challenge the might, all right, because I believe it's a might makes right world, yeah, and but we have the morality as the because we are emotive beings, so we have this morality, and I believe we develop this morality evolutionarily, um to kind of bring together others to challenge the might, if it were, or to keep the might in place. Do you know what I mean? It's like a tool, whether we like it or not, um, to build a consensus, to build enough people to challenge a might or to keep the might in place. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
It sounds to me like you're talking about Nietzsche's slave morality. That's kind of
Yeah,
how I may be looking at it through the wrong lens, but that's kind of what it's making me think about.
that's kind of what it's like, is it? Okay.
Like, because like I think everybody's morality, it's an expression of how they can navigate the world in a way that best suits them and their agenda. So
Yes,
if
I
you've
would
got
agree with that.
if you have genuine power, like politicians or kings, queens, but whatever, or you've got physical strength like Genghis Khan. I mean, might is right. That's the way it works. And so the people who don't possess that kind of power, they have to, in order to navigate life, they need morality, some kind of sense of rules or structure.
Right. But as I said, morality can be used to stir the hearts of people as well, and wake them up to challenge the might as well. Do you know what I mean? So it can be used as a tool to dethrone might. That's why we have these rebellions. That's why we have revolts. Because because the stirring minds and hearts in terms of morality, saying something is bad or wrong, it can wake people up. And if there is this critical mass, then they can dethrone the power. You know what I mean?
But
But
you
the
know,
thing
Dan,
is,
for me, that sounds like religion. I mean, religion
yeah,
is used to get people together and let's go.
it's
To
also used to I suppose placate the masses as well.
that, yeah, the other side of it, yeah,
Turn the other cheek and
yeah,
forgive your
yeah,
neighbor.
that's right.
Um,
And
yeah,
I agree with Cabrera. The existence itself, that is moral disqualification. Existence is structured such that it's actually impossible to be
mm,
moral or to live a moral life.
mm,
You know,
mm, mm.
and I'm really moving fast in the direction of morality, yeah, going in circles, but it's just arbitrary, and it boils down to your emotions and what you feel. And if that's the
Yeah.
case, then it's pointless almost trying to convince other people.
Yeah, no, and then when you add to that things like we were talking about the other day, such as
Mm.
the what was that, alexithymia, and just the
Oh
different
yeah.
neurology that people have. I was thinking about
Mm.
that as well. So not only are we arguing with people trying to change hearts and minds based on the way we see the world, but it becomes just bizarre and pointless when you realize perhaps they don't have the same emotional setup in their brain or emotional mechanisms going on in their brain, or the neurological settings are very so dissimilar to you to be completely
Mm.
opposed to you forever. Yeah, like there's no way. And I was thinking about that today, walking around, thinking, yeah, there's just like, and it's true that there are just people who will never see the world as you do, but we have to. That's that's the way. So if we think we're going to change hearts and minds, and I think that was one of my look, that was one of my, I suppose, if we're going to talk about things very briefly, but the ephilism side of things, when they said that could ever be peaceful,
Mm.
some universal acceptance, that's never going to happen. If you accept that people's brains are different, that means there are always going to be a portion of people who won't accept what you say, right? You'd
Right.
have to be delusional to think otherwise. And none of these totalitarian ideologies have a good answer for that. They like to say, "Oh, we're peaceful. We believe in peace." But look, when it comes down to the crunch, if you really want to get this through and to make it a universally applicable or whatever, well, then unfortunately, bad things have to happen, and that's why it's so serious. In my view, and it's delusional. It's pulling the wool over people's eyes to say otherwise.
Uh,
You you you,
to your
you get
point
what I'm
about
saying?
changing people's minds, this is the thing with any kind of activism, and let's just, I mean, talk about
Yeah, it
anti-natalist
is.
activism.
It is unfortunately. It is unfortunately. That is
If
like
if people
whether
don't
we like it
share
or not,
your
and that's why.
your prior biases, like for example
Mm,
pessimism, then they're not going to go with antinatalism, no matter how good your
no.
reasons are.
That's why I don't want to get into debate on vegan. I am a
Right, right,
vegan,
right. Yeah,
and
that's
and, and
yeah. I
I've
don't
been
want to.
telling people. I've been telling people who are vegan to vie for power. That's what really matters. If you want to change people to start eating plant-based products, etc., then get into government, get into study food science, start trying to get into business and marketing, get into a position of power where you can change the markets
That's
and,
right.
and
That's right.
manipulate people,
That's right.
through marketing or
Or
through or,
legislation.
or or legislation, or even if you invent go get into food science and learn how to develop
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
very cheap, tasty meal.
Yeah. I agree.
These are the things you've got to do, because unfortunately, humans are an impossible. One of the reasons we are so developed, right, is because we don't think the same. That's the other side to this. This is probably why we as Homo sapiens, you look at chimpanzees and all these other animals in the world, they're not as developed as us. but they probably think more or less similarly. I'm not saying they all think the same, but I reckon there's less variance in the way they think compared to us. You know,
You've lost me a bit there. What are chimpanzees thinking
I'm
about?
saying other animals. I don't. This is just my hunch. All right,
Okay.
but I reckon humans probably have greater variance in terms of how they think. We think differently to each other. Do you know
okay.
what I mean?
I'm sure that's the case. Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
now
I'm sure that's the case.
it may be that that's not the case. It may be just that it's compounded because apparently we have more powerful brains. So it may be that other
I very
animals also.
much doubt. I very much doubt that. Our brains are. We're thinking
Yeah,
about far greater things
yeah.
than other
And,
species.
yeah, and we have the psychological inputs, the fucking neuroscience.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, language. We can reason and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff as well. We can
I mean,
override instinct.
you just have to, guys. This is what I say to you. You just have to look at your own families and how different you are to your siblings and how different. You know, this is. I'm like, get real. If you think we can all be happy clappy dancing around, singing off the same hymn sheet, go home for a fucking weekend to some family do, and you'll see that even your own DNA is fucking disagreeing with you on something. You know what I mean? So, wake up. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
and this all goes back to the determinism thing as well. when you talk
yeah.
about morality, I mean, really, we're all just fucking slaves to everything. We don't control much.
Mm-hmm. It does seem that way. Certainly seems that way, and it is. You're just lucky if you have an expanded ability to reason about things to a greater degree. I'm not saying I have that. There's people far greater at thinking than I am, obviously, and I sometimes think those people are the least likely to see the kind of problem in determinism because they've got such an expansive horizon of ability that they feel free. They feel totally limitless. Do you know what I mean? And I think it may take them a lot longer to realize they too are, bridled somewhat. They too are constricted or restricted by determinism.
And again, that comes down to your life narrative. Like there'll be some people who they believe themselves to be smart, and they believe that somehow they deserve it. I don't know, because they believe in God or something like that. It's kind of destiny. So, I
Yeah.
who knows?
Well,
Who knows?
and there's a lot of people believe themselves to be smart because they have a strong personality and they're surrounded by
Yes, men.
people with yes men, and also people like who are shy or whatever and don't talk.
Oh, right.
So there's
Okay.
so many. It can go so many ways in this world. I've been having a real kind of back and forth with someone, as I told you, in a local boozer,
Yep.
and he's one of these guys who's going on. He doesn't have to do this, doesn't have to do that because of the Magna Carta, and I really have to. He infuriates me. You know what I mean? But he's so confident in what he says, and he speaks so confidently, and he is really the Dunning Kruger, Dunning Kruger effect, and yeah, it is just one of those things. It makes you not want to socialize sometimes because people can be so confident and just not willing to have a good faith conversation. They just want to shout and tell you you're wrong.
But you know how it goes as you go through life. You just tend to sort of nudge those people along and sort of ghost them, basically. Your
Yeah, I
circle
think
of
that's
your
what.
circle of genuine mates becomes smaller as you get older.
I think so. Definitely, definitely. Um, yeah, and then the bosses you don't really like come to your funeral and say they were your best friend. Um, yeah. So, anybody else coming on here? There's a good few watching tonight, which is nice.
What's up with Jay? Is he not coming on?
I don't. He hasn't. I think it's something to do with his device he's using. He can't get on, which
Still
is a real
hasn't
pity.
sussed it. All right.
He has a
Sorry.
laptop though. He told me he has a laptop, so he should be able to get on if he has his laptop. But he says the self is an illusion. Embrace non-duality. Our life isn't our own. We're not in control. We have to just accept what is. Unless we can't, Jay, because if our life isn't our own, then that means some people can't accept that, and it's not their fault. But yeah, that's the weird conundrum. That's the weird, extension of that. Hello to Kayo Kayo. And
Kayo Sato. That's a very Japanese sounding name.
Yeah, I don't think they're in. I think they're in America though. As I asked them before, I think. Divine says you get around that by not having a funeral. Okay, Divine, how are you going to ensure you don't have a funeral then? Jay says someone else is using his laptop right now. Okay.
Kick them off. It's your
Yeah, we should do a crowdfunder for Jay to get a laptop or something, so he can come on.
The phone doesn't work.
Yeah, his phone doesn't come on here for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Have you checked your settings in your Chrome browser on your phone, Jay? You might have to maybe delete your cache, and it might even be the case. Actually, if you go into your applications on your phone, go into your settings and then go to all apps, and then look for the Chrome one, and then make sure it's got your microphone permission as a permission. Make sure the microphone is permitted in the app settings. Okay, you can try that way as well. Maybe that might work. There might even be a Restream app. I don't know. Maybe there is. But yeah, check the settings. That might work. So yeah, let's have a look here. I'm just going to look over the news, see if there's something else happening. So U.S. military forces are deployed to the Caribbean, is what they're saying.
Isn't that where Jay is? Jay, aren't you in the Caribbean?
Yeah. They will be in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, they will be there. Yeah, or around it at least. I think there's American bases in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then we've got this digital ID thing. That's the big news over here as well. They're really pushing it.
Yeah, they
really,
are.
Really
it's
pushing
really,
hard.
really inorganic. Yeah, there's obviously something behind.
It's like they're not giving us a choice. There's no. It's like you're going to have this. You're going.
Right. It's very sinister. I think it's game over, ladies and gentlemen. I really think it's game over.
It just sounds so stupid to have like all your information centralized. It just sounds so stupid in a world where they haven't even been able to prevent hacking of the NHS, and in a world where I believe hacking will get even better, the ability to do it will get better with AI, development, So yeah, I just see it really, really potentially problematic in terms of like just the fact that it can be hacked. Who's going to hack it? What are they going to do with that information?
I wonder if that's also part of the plan. I mean, this is very Alex Jones level tinfoil hat stuff, but maybe the government, that's what they want, or whoever's pushing it, maybe they want all the data to be leaked. Maybe that's the end goal. Haha, you don't have any privacy anymore.
Oh. So now we can just do 24-hour video surveillance in everyone's homes. you don't have privacy anyway, so
I think they're already doing that basically, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who was telling me. They got told like, oh no, that was it. There was a guy over here who was basically he annoyed the Chinese Communist Party And basically, he was told. I don't know who told him. Maybe the police or MI5 or someone told him not to have a Chinese phone, basically, because they would listen to him. Yeah.
Everything's made in China, man. I mean,
Mm.
I just assume that
Well, when you
every
think about
electronic
it,
device I
the
have is
bloody
spying on
iPhone,
me.
the iPhone is made in China, isn't it? So yeah. Well,
Yeah. And didn't one thing about I read recently? Is it correct that the UK government has forced Apple to give them a backdoor into everyone's iCloud?
that was on the agenda, yeah. And I can't remember how that worked out. I think they got it, did they? Or did Apple
I
were refusing?
don't know. I think they
I'll have to look it
may
up.
have.
I remember
They tried it once and then they
reading
tried it
about it, yeah.
again. But it's the
Actually, I
same
think
here.
they
Like
may
in
not have got
Japan,
it.
everything I do online, everything goes through the American military.
Really?
Yeah. All the internet stuff from everybody in the country.
No, they still need a warrant, apparently. They need to approach Apple to get the data at the moment, I believe.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah. So they're in the process, and Apple are in the process of launching an online portal for authenticated law enforcement officers globally to submit lawful requests for data. So they're making a portal for it. One second. Apple pulls data protection tool after UK government security row. 1 second. Apple is taking the unprecedented step of removing its highest level data security tool from customers in the UK after the government demanded access to user data. That was back in February.
All right.
So that this basically means eventually not all UK customers on the who have their data stored on iCloud will be fully encrypted. So that sounds like that. It sounds like they're basically lessening the security for UK customers. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wonderful, eh?
How lovely. How lovely. Yeah.
No, there's no more privacy, which is just insane. I mean, 30 years ago, privacy was really important for everybody in the, laws and everything like that. But I don't know, everything's just been degraded to the point where you have none anymore.
What a world. What a world. What a difference between, say, your grandparents, my grandparents, even our parents growing up and this world,
Oh, fuck, even us, man. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck it. I mean, I was born in the 70s, so.
Yeah, but
fuck
what
it.
I mean, at least you saw the sci-fi shit on TV. You saw, there was programs on television telling you what was coming down the road, It was I think it was much less talked about. Well, it was there were like H.G. Wells and Brave New World,
That's true.
Aldous
Yeah,
Huxley and all that.
well,
But
right.
like
Right.
I don't know if my grandparent was reading all that shit, But I suppose it
But
was
back then
spoken
we
about.
didn't. But back then, I think the general consensus was when you saw those things, like Terminator, for example. The
It was
general consensus
entertainment. It was
was
entertainment.
yeah, it was entertainment. That's right. It's like holy fuck, wow, that would be insane if that happened. Oh my goodness, and now it's happening.
But it was also the old Hollywood trope of the good wins.
Right.
You know.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah, that's the bit they got wrong.
Dear oh dear. That is really interesting. We should talk about that more. The fact that we are and they have to have an arc towards a happy ending, and there's something. It's just something the human psychology generally demands. Most people's psychology demands, and I think it's probably to do with a kind of appeasing society. It's seen as taboo to put out something that isn't, you know, hopeful or isn't offering a glimmer of light.
Well, again, that just comes
Um,
down to the arbitrary nature of everything. At some point, you have to draw a line if you want to keep on moving forward and say, okay, we need to have some kind of hope, some reason to keep going.
yeah, I suppose there's nothing wrong with this. I suppose what it is in many ways maybe these stories they're arguments for like it's like they're showing a path forward, a possible path forward out of a dire situation. And there's nothing wrong with critiquing that, but I do think that's probably baked into our evolution. We're baked into trying to solve problems, and try to offer forth a solution, and that's why we're still here as a species. Yeah.
Well, that comes back to the whole Frank Zapp thing about sublimation and attachment. And I keep always forgetting what the four
Oh
things
yeah,
are.
yeah, anchoring and all that. Yeah.
And yeah. It's all that. I think Zapp that particular piece is one of those. He really nailed it kind of thing.
The Last Messiah. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. He
He
really
did,
nailed it. And I
and
think
he
it's
didn't.
important, but I can't remember
I mean,
the
I
important
was.
bits.
I haven't thought about that in a while, but I haven't thought about it in a while. But I remember thinking it's not necessarily bad that we do those things. That was one of my last thoughts on it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't call it. Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I think we need to accept it. Well, in my opinion, anyway. We need to accept that we have to tell ourselves X amount of lies to get out of bed in the morning.
Well, you see, anchoring doesn't actually have to be a lie. Not everything has to be a lie. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a lie. If you hyper focus on an area of science, or if you decide you're going to start writing stories to try and affect human hearts and minds about a particular issue you care about, it doesn't have to be a lie. You know what I mean?
Well, that wasn't it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's always a lie, but I
Yeah.
am saying that
Some of it is fairy
we
tales.
create fictions in our mind to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we do that.
Lie is a bit of a
We do
strong
that.
word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isolation, anchoring, distraction, and sublimation. Yeah.
Mm. I think there is a place for probably all of them, though. That's the thing. It's about how you do them. I suppose a good maybe I'll do it one day. Have a little think about healthy ways of doing that. Because I think you kind of have to accept that's what we do, and it's like we need to do that because existence is that bad, and it's healthy to have healthy copes. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with having healthy copes, but it's just to be aware what you actually are doing. Are you being are you doing it in a toxic manner? Are you distracting yourself, and that's causing further problems? You know what I mean? Are you anchoring yourself to a delusion? You know what I mean? Are you sublimating reality with? There's different types of art, and I do think some art is pointless. I'm sorry. I think art should have a kind of. I do think that. I think that there's the type of art that again stirs hearts and minds or adds beauty to the world, and then there's the crap that they have in Tate Modern. And
I didn't know we had an art critic on the panel.
well, yeah. Well, I just think some art is just come on, man.
Yeah, I
fuck
understand.
Off,
Everyone likes what they like.
Yeah, they like what they like. Yeah. But yeah, there's about 10 people watching. Nobody else is coming on, but the link is there, guys. We are live on Twitter as well. We are waiting for visitor from x.com.
How do you join
we haven't
from
had any yet.
Twitter? How does that work?
I sent the link in the chat there. Apparently, there's 17 people or so watching
I see.
there.
Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. Hang on.
It says there's 16 watching on Twitter. So say hello if you're watching on Twitter. And they could all be bots. This happened before. I remember, like earlier in the year, I went live on Twitter. Do you remember there was it was saying that there was 50 people, 100 people watching, and there was nobody bloody saying anything. It was really weird. Hello to the Chinese Communist Party. Thank you for tuning in. Ni hao wa.
And I just want to let everyone know that whatever it wasn't me.
Yes. There's 19 tuning in now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably when you mention the name Twitter, the algorithms pick you up or something. I don't know.
Probably. Apparently bots or something, AI bots tune into live streams now, and they fucking
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Listen, mate. The internet's just turned into fucking slop. I mean, really slop. It's all just really, really. It's just bots. Now
What
looking
was
on.
this is a good question actually. What was peak internet? Would you say? Do you? I actually think the forums were good. You know, when you used to have lots of forums, and you could go to a thread and it'd be on a specialized topic, and then you could click through, and then people would add to it little by little. You know, there's a lot of that for a long time. But what do you think was peak or the best time of the internet,
I mean, I don't know if I
if
could
there is one,
pinpoint a
if there
time,
was
but I
one?
can definitely say before AI and before algorithms became too good, like before they became too advanced.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole
I'd say when you had a YouTube downvote button that showed,
that
and
kind of thing. Yeah. That kind of stuff is great. Yeah.
potentially when you could reply to YouTube videos and they were shown below the main the actual. So if you made a YouTube video, someone could reply to it, and the reply was shown directly beneath that video.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think that was
Stuff like
probably a
that.
good thing. That
Yeah.
that would have helped people. That I think they should bring that back, because that would break people out of their, you know, hypnosis and cultishness. You know, if they saw
But
alternative
even now,
views.
like you look on like X, like I'm just looking now, and if you go onto the search section, it just has shitty fucking viral X post reveals Chipotle burrito size gap in Chicago orders. What the? Why the fuck is that headlining? Who cares about Chicago burritos? It's just it used to
Yeah,
be like
yeah. I'm
you
gonna
like you
go
used to
to
find
the
stuff on
home
there
and see.
like Donald Trump has done this. There's been a someone's declared, like it was pretty global stuff. Now it's just this nonsense, like some raggy little shitty newspaper like the Sun or something.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And most
It
of it,
is. It
well,
is.
no, I can't say most, but a lot of it obviously is produced by AI as well, which fucking hell.
There is that, and it's becoming more and more so. In fact, we are watching the time when it's going to be. It's a bit like that simulation hypothesis. It's going to be more likely that you're reading or interacting with AI than a human being, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
So
going to
that just made
happen
me
at
realize. I
some
think
point.
one of my discussions is with an AI. Maybe I did get fooled because this guy
What?
keeps
What?
repeating himself.
On X?
No, on YouTube. Maybe I got sucked
Yeah.
into that too. But
All right. Okay. I have to say, I made a bot on Twitter. It's quite in the old Twitter.
mm,
You could do it on a fucking. You could do it on Google Doc sheet. You know, like the Google version of Excel. You could do it using that,
right. Yeah.
and it was quite easy. But I heard that well, they're probably. I heard Musk was trying to make them harder to make because they were ridiculously easy to make. Just before he got on, they were ridiculously easy to make. You know, I'm sorry to say I did use them, because I had at one stage a little dating site I owned, and I was using it to fucking just tweet about it on a few Twitter pages, you know,
Yeah.
and that's how I was marketing it, and it did work actually. But doing the research on these bots, and I was making Instagram as well, and shocked at how easy they are to make. Even, like, I'm not a computer scientist or anything, but it
Right.
was easy to make them. Um, yeah, and run them. And I can only imagine now, if you were going to spend some time, you could make some serious bots yourself. Using, like, obviously you could get the LLMs to help you. You know what I mean? You could get them to tell you what code to use and stuff.
Yeah.
The bot I was working on for Instagram, and I did run it a few times actually, but then Instagram was good at banning them. You know what I mean? I was using
Okay.
Python. But yeah, you can. I can only imagine. That was back probably 5 years ago or something, when I did that 6 years ago. But I can only imagine um, how many people are sitting at home now creating bots, and doing all manner of shit.
Well, there was a story a couple of days ago where they found, I think it was in China, they're starting to do raids on all these bot farms, and some astronomical number, I think it was 40 million devices which are churning out tweets and all that kind of stuff. 40 million.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like they have these phones,
yeah.
and that's how many bots are fucking
Mm.
tweeting and reposting and all. It's unreal.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I saw. Hello to Pamela. She's here. Pamela is in the house. Good to have you here. I saw some pictures like of. I think they found a bot farm somewhere here or in Europe or something. And it's basically someone had a whole house, and they were basically using phones, old mobile phones, to run the bots. You know, they had like thousands upon thousands of phones plugged into like some kind of mainframe. And you probably saw something like that, did you? And it was just like fucking old
Every now and then
iPhones
I see
running.
that stuff pop up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. Did you see the American? There's some American company on about building data centers in space now.
Yeah, I gave that to you.
Oh yeah, you gave that to, did you? Sorry, yeah. So
That's right.
they're building one in
Yeah.
they're building one in America, right? That's on land. That's apparently going to be the size of Staten Island, right, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't recall the details, but yeah, they're going to build them up to orbit around the planet.
And they say that the ones in space can be 10 times the size of the ones on Earth, or if not bigger.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It is. It's insane, isn't it? It's just insane.
It is insane. You know, back in the day, you could just go out, like, sit outside and not be worried about some fucker gawking at you. You know what I mean? Now we know what it's like to be a B-list celebrity in the 90s. You had like the tabloids following them around everywhere. We're beginning to learn what that's like. We're going to pay for all our Schadenfreude from those times. You know, it's coming at us as well. You know.
But
yeah, I mean,
do
you know, are Japanese people generally worried about this as well? Do you hear anything, or I presume they are.
I mean, I know a few like software engineers and stuff.
Are they, for authoritarianism? Are they more?
Oh no, not at all. No,
are they more accepting of state?
No. The laws here,
okay,
it's surprisingly for free speech, etc., are fucking strong, like really strong.
Wow, okay.
I think the perception is that's not the case, but honestly, the way I see things from where I sit now, I may have just lucked out in getting the right country to sort of spend my golden years in.
Wow.
Because yeah, seriously, like I wouldn't go back to the West now, not New Zealand, no fucking way. So I understand that.
By the way, what's happened to that fella, that German bloke? What's his name? .com. Is he out and about, or didn't he? The Pirate Bay
Kim.
fella. No, not Pirate
yeah,
Bay.
he's still in New Zealand, as far as I'm aware.
I heard they were trying to extradite him, weren't they? They were trying to extradite him, weren't they, to America? Oh, did he?
Yeah, they were. They were, yeah. I think that all fell through because he kicked off another one. He's got a similar kind of site called Mega. But I think he had a stroke or a heart attack because he's a massively overweight guy.
I see him. He's absolutely huge, isn't he? He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Overweight. Yeah. Yeah.
But that was a dark day in New Zealand's history. That's not something I can look to with pride at all.
What, when they kicked his door down and stuff?
Oh, it's fucking disgusting. I think wasn't it just because Disney?
So that was back in.
It's just
Mega Upload founder Kim.com to be extradited to US after losing 12-year legal fight. That was in August 2024, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Did they?
The latest.
Okay. Did they get him?
But now they're saying, let me see what this article says. So yeah, he was going to be extradited, but this article is November 2024. So let me just see. November 2024. So in
even here from September this
year. In August 2024, he was found. He was to be extradited to the US from New Zealand, right? That's what the New Zealand courts decided, right? But then I've got another one here, New Zealand Herald. It says, 1 second, I have to consent to their cookies. I'm going to delete that in 15 minutes. Kim.com has life-threatening stroke amid extradition flight. Sorry. 1 second. What the fuck? Okay, it's trying to sell me something here. Oh, where did it go? Go back. Where is it? Oh man. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Right. Right. Kim.com has life-threatening stroke amid extradition flight and will stay in hospital for some time. So this is November 2024. So he was recovering from after the Justice Minister signed an extradition order. And fuck me, New Zealand Herald. They don't let you read an article for long, do they? There's ads popping up everywhere.
No, they don't. That's where the archive sites come in really handy. Go and archive the link in it, and it usually shows the full page.
Yeah. Actually, now and again, it's really annoying when no one's archived it though. That does happen sometimes.
Right.
A lot of the time, actually. So the last I can see is that he was in hospital. 1 second.
Okay, so even September this year, hang on. It looks like
actually maybe Wikipedia will probably be the best place to go.
He failed to block the extradition. Look, it looks like he may actually.
So he appealed it.
No, it looks like he may have to.
So he appealed it this year, did he?
Yeah, it just came out of the High Court. Hang on a minute. This is September this year. Challenged the legality.
All right.
Blah 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 blah. Neither. Okay, so the High Court rejected his appeal. So the latest. I mean, looks. I'm just looking at this very very quickly at the moment, but it looks like he may, at this point in time, the extradition might stand, unless he appeals again, because we've now got a Supreme Court. So I don't know if he's going to appeal to. I don't know what the legal process is there for that kind of stuff with the Supreme Court.
You didn't have a Supreme Court until recently.
Yeah, that's very recent. Well, recently in the past, I don't know. It was in the past 20 years it came in.
Oh, okay, so yeah, I think he might have another stroke. I wouldn't blame him for getting.
I wouldn't blame.
No, I mean he might say he's having a stroke or something. Who knows?
But if they're still going for it, then they obviously still want him back in the States. I mean, that's
he's
pretty
6'7". Jesus Christ, he was 6'7".
Yeah, he's
so not only was he, yeah, he's a huge bloke. Okay, now, how did he end up in New Zealand? He's from Germany, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think you get many German. Oh, you probably do. You probably get German tourists going to New Zealand a lot, right?
Yeah, probably, we get them from all over the place.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He visited New Zealand for 10 days in 2008 and again for 2 months in 2009, and he applied for residency and received. Okay, so he just basically fell in love with it. There you go. Okay. Let's have a look. No more comments. No other visitors. It's a funny one. So, yeah. Guys, sorry?
I'm just going to say, I've not seen the chat this slow. I never look at the chat. I'm just checking it now. It's very...
Someone's just joined, actually. Oh, Pamela. Pamela in the house. Hello, Pamela. Pamela, are you on the source?
Kind of. Can you hear me?
No, you actually sound all right, actually. I can tell. You're doing all right. Yeah, I can hear
I'm
you.
just going to listen to you guys. I'll listen to you.
So,
I'm in the
Pamela,
mood.
how is
I'm in
your...
the mood to open my ears and listen to others.
Wow, it's a miracle.
Oh, don't go that far.
Pamela, have you had any interesting thoughts about this reality since we spoke last? Take that as
Yeah,
a no,
but I
Pamela.
can't really word
Oh, go
it.
ahead.
Hold,
Try.
hold on. I said yes, and you went, I'll take that as a no. So give me a moment. I was just trying to
Sorry,
collect my mind and
go
think
ahead.
about your question. God
Go
damn.
ahead.
I've had loads of stuff. I said it to you multiple times over the time that I've known you. Still have a thought about it now, but I can't put it into words still. This existence isn't for everybody.
Hmm.
In fact, I don't think it's for most people. But in general, if you have the foresight to see it, that's excellent.
How do you cope with that?
You asking me?
Yeah, having these
Who
views.
are you asking?
Do what
Are
you
you
have to.
asking me?
Mm. Yes.
How do I cope with? I don't really. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I didn't want to wake up yesterday, today, and I don't want to see you tomorrow, but tend to have to. You know, it is what it is.
Well, you do have a lot of people that care about you. So there is that, right? You know?
That's a beautiful thing, but I would prefer if they cared about other people that really do deserve it more than I do. As well, that.
I don't know. I think you slander yourself.
Well, obviously, who wouldn't? I mean, I brought children in here. I mean, I'm not being funny, right? But come on.
Oh, not this old fucking chestnut again,
What do you
Pamela.
want
Come
me to
on.
do? It's all right. It's not though, is it?
Well,
That's why I come and
they're
hear
happy.
you and listen to you guys because it's not all right, is it?
Well, I don't really bat that way anymore, Pamela. In case you haven't kept up with the story.
Yeah, I
Um,
can't keep up with everybody because there's so many people that have beautiful hearts that sort of listen to. You can't keep up with everybody, so don't take it
I
personally when
understand.
someone's not sort of there all the
I
time
just think
because there's loads of people
I
that have
just think
something to say, you know.
I just think reality is much more complex, all right, than people would like to admit. And as I say, there isn't really.
Do you know what it
I
is?
do agree.
I
I
think the
do agree. Morality
15%
is.
of people that know about it, hold on, 15% of people that have the foresight to see and know about it probably still wouldn't have
Pamela.
the
Pamela.
freaking. It depends what you're born into. Imagine you're born into a
I think
rich
there's
bitch
look, I think there's
family.
a
You
lot of
would
I
have to
think
be
there's a lot
careful
of
what you say.
I think there's a lot of humility that needs to be invested and marinated upon in our stomachs, and just it has to be allow it to run through our body, because not everybody thinks like us, Pamela. That's what I've just accepted, and
Not
it's
us.
not
I
nice.
mean, you. I'll call it more you. You guys are the ones that have not had children, have the foresight to see why not to. I mean, to me, that's like,
Pamela, hold on,
ah,
Pamela,
uh,
with respect, Pamela, it could have
yeah.
happened. And I've said that before. It wasn't because I was a saint or anything. So it's just like it
Okay,
happened for you.
fair dinkum. I'll give you that. I've heard that one before where you said it could have happened. right? But you wouldn't have gone past the next one, would you? You probably got your dick snipped,
I mean, who
wouldn't
knows what
you?
you do when you're young
I'm just
and
saying, you wouldn't
stupid?
go
You
on
know.
to a second or a third or a fourth.
No, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I
I'm just
wouldn't. I
saying.
wouldn't. I wouldn't have. But
Mm.
I don't think you're a
How have
bad
you been,
person, Pamela,
anyways?
for
How
getting.
are you? How have you been?
Yeah, I'm okay. Up, you know, as usual. Some days you are better than others, and some days are good, some
Mm,
days are bad, etc., etc.
mm.
Life keeps going. Yerf has just dropped out. It was nice to have you with us, Yerf. I don't know if you're gone or you're coming back,
Can I
but
ask you
thanks for joining
something?
us. You can.
Can I ask you something? Do you feel like you have to
Take care,
do these
Yerf.
videos,
Thanks, Yerf.
or do you do it? Hold on. Can you hear me or not?
Yep,
Do you feel
go
like you
for it.
have to do these videos, or do you want to? You know, sometimes, like, do you feel like, you know, when you want a time off and you just like want to you're exhausted? Do you feel like you've got a commitment and you need to get back online to help?
No, I mean,
I don't understand.
I used to think I owed people something sometimes,
Yeah.
but now I just go on it. It's part of like I like the socializing element. I enjoy some
Mm,
of the conversations, and
mm.
it's a bit of a hobby sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that.
There
So
is
in
no,
terms of
absolutely
owing,
nothing wrong with it as long as you don't exhaust the exhaustion bit where you feel to,
yeah,
you,
it's funny because
you
it
know,
never
when you
used
need
to
the
take it
time
out of
off,
me.
do you take that time off? Is what I'm, take that time off. Is
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying
yes, yes, yes.
for sure.
I understand. It does take it out
Yeah,
of you. It does take it out of you,
yeah, it's very great. I can't
it's
imagine doing what
really
you do.
only in this last year has it really started
Mm,
to take it out of me energetically. You know, like
mm, mm.
I feel fucked after a stream. You know, and I never used to feel like that. But yeah, it does. It does. I think it's because it's an emotional thing. You're listening to people taking it all in, and
Crazy,
it does
isn't it?
tire you out. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't imagine what it is for
But
you because honestly, uh, I mean, just your thoughts before it got to this point is draining enough, right? Before you had the platform to be able to get on media and do this, it was draining enough. Your thoughts.
right, but I think some of
But
the
to get
concerts have been very worthwhile, and I'm glad I've done it. You know, so
definitely,
it's been worth.
I've heard so many of yours. No disrespect. I've listened to so many of your videos and your live streams, but I haven't involved myself because I've fucked up so many times before. I didn't want to. I just wanted to listen.
Right, but you're doing well now, Pamela. I can hear you're not overly inebriated, so
What
that's good.
sorted?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's good. So, are you enjoying the autumnal weather, Pamela? Because I have to say, it's getting a bit
The
freeze
weather.
balls out there. Yeah, yeah,
In
it's getting a bit cold out
fairness,
there.
I'm just using my heating. I hardly go outdoors at the moment.
Mm.
In fairness, don't go
Yeah, yeah.
outdoors too much anyway. But in the morning, I have noticed how cold it is, and I do slam that heating on. In the morning, that's
Mm.
what it is. That's what it is. If you
Yeah.
are somebody that is at home a lot, then you have to put your heating on in the morning, get that place, your brickwork warmed up a bit. Boom.
Hmm.
It's something.
I hear you.
But you might get freaking arthritis if you don't.
They say that, don't they?
Well, stay
Oh,
freezing. Well, what's going to happen?
hmm. The
I mean, it
joys
is
of
a
life.
little bit. Do you know what I mean? I've gone through some times where I've thought, oh, I'm just going to try and save some pennies. And just even yeah. When it's too cold, it's like a little bit like Antarctica. You got to
I'm
have
just
the
turning
clothes
on my
to go
desk
with it.
heater, Pamela, I'm just turning on my desk heater now, Pamela, because you're scaring me. I've been sitting here.
Yeah. And your home as well. You know, like to keep your home well. Your walls, they do need warming up. And the best time to warm up your walls is when you get up. First thing in the morning, put your heating on and warm your walls up. And you know the wetness that's on your windows will dry out to go with it.
Condensation. Yeah.
Fuck off mold.
But you got
I
to. The
hate
problem
mold.
is, Pamela, you've got to open the windows. You've got to let the ventilation go through, because otherwise you're going to get
Well,
mold.
yeah,
You know.
I'll give you that. But I
How?
have two ventilations in here. Whether I like it or not, this flat has been built where it's got a ventilation in here. It is like a window anyway. In fairness, it is like a window. It's one of those grills, and it leads out to outdoors. It's like a window.
Maybe you never have to open the window again. Maybe you have the heating on full blast and buy shitloads of those. You know those
Yeah, that's
electronic
what
air.
I'm saying. In
You
the
know
morning, you
You
should,
know
in
those
the
air.
morning, especially in Britain. Go on,
Maybe
say
get
it.
loads of air. Maybe get a few of those air purifiers. You know those electric ones you can get now.
No,
Put them
I'm
all over
already
them.
on it on Monday. On Monday, I've already got it on my Amazon thing that to collect the freaking mold. Not the
Yeah.
mold, the wetness before it turns into mold.
Oh right. Yeah.
Right, so I'm
Dehumidifier.
all of those on the windowsills, and I've bought I've gone for the 20 pack because I'm slapping them around me. Anyways, I just don't like mold. I mean,
It's extremely fucking dangerous
well,
stuff.
it's just relentless, really, isn't it? Unless you freaking
Right.
do something about it. Ugh. I solved it this year, in like February. I solved it this year.
Right.
So I don't want to see mold again this year. So I'm doing everything I can to prevent it.
Well, keep an eye on that because it is dangerous shit. Breathe it in and it starts growing inside your lungs.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. It sounds like you're going to die horribly. I'd rather have a bullet in my head. Can you find someone that could just put a bullet in my head?
Oh, don't say
It's
that.
like, no,
Sorry, she was joking. Everybody
yeah,
listening
but
is
it's
joking.
instant. No pain required. No questions.
Come on, Pamela. Fuck's sake, Pamela. Get out. You said you haven't been out.
Go for a walk.
Yeah, do something
Walking.
outside tomorrow.
Do you know the funny thing is, I have a park that's
It sounds
literally about 100 meters away. I've been here for 5 years, and I've used that park about 3 times. And the last time, I can't even remember. I think it was 2 summers ago.
I bet you.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's honesty for you. Well, somebody else might. In fairness, I don't know. You're saying that because that's something that you would make of it. But in fairness, years ago, I would have made it like that. I'd have been out on the park. Well, I wouldn't go as far as every day. I don't think I've ever been that kind of person, like every day. In fairness, I just don't think I've. Yeah. I have more respect for the flat that I have than the park across the road. I just don't feel very healthy outdoors. It's crazy because they say, "Oh, you need all that. What's that? Vitamin D and all." I don't know. I've been indoors for freaking yonks, and my skin don't look that bad considering.
All things considered.
Anytime I go outdoors, I come back indoors, and it's like I'm sneezing. I sneeze like a motherfucker for like 2 hours. Achoo, achoo, achoo. You know all the elements
All year
of
round. All year
outdoors.
round, or just all year round? All year. all
No,
year
just
round, or
any
just
time
in?
I go out, in fairness. If I'm outdoors and I literally walk outdoors, it only takes walking from here to the shops, which is probably like 10 to 15-minute walk and back. I come back like I've been sniffing all so much pollen. You know, it's crazy.
Are
Like
you
I've got
allergic
full
to
blown
silver?
flu. I'm just so allergic to the elements of the freaking outdoors, I think.
Well, Pamela, if anybody else wants to come on and have a little chin wag before the show closes, please do. Link is in the chat. You are
Can't you
most
get someone
welcome.
else on there? Am
Well,
I just a horrible
that's the
person?
invitation.
Right.
No, you're not a horrible person, Pamela.
Can
I
you
do get a
don't put
little
this
bit.
online. Just don't key this one. Does that sound like an
Don't keep
arsehole,
this one.
same as usual?
No, you're not. You're not. You're not.
How old are
So,
you again? Is there 10 years between
I,
us? Hold on.
I, d-
How
you
old
can.
are you?
I don't know what age. I don't know what age.
You don't
I don't
know
know
what
what age.
age you are?
No, you are.
I'm 47. I ain't give a fuck. No, don't be daft. I'm a girl.
No.
I'll give you my age. Come
There's
on.
less than
How old are
there's
you?
there's there's less than 10. There's less than 10.
Less than 10. 9.
7. Yeah.
7. All right, 7. Oh, you're 40.
Mm.
40? Oh, they say life begins at 40. I got my ass kicked at that age. Are you still a vegan? Always and
Yes.
forever?
Yes.
Absolutely. You have me full blown love for that. Did it take, when you first started out doing it, did it take a while? Or did you just do it and say, no, 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 I'm just going to
I,
do it?
I
And it
got it
just
wrong. I
happened.
got it wrong a bit because I got it wrong. No. I did it, but I got it wrong. I didn't take B12 and I didn't look after myself in that way. You know.
Mm.
And I didn't manage
But
my protein amounts
the time
properly.
that you literally decided to do it, you never looked back, did you?
No, I think generally I felt better when I did start doing it right in terms of you just feel it's cleaner eating. I think it doesn't sit in your stomach as long. Uh, it passes through you
I hear
easier.
you.
So I would
Do you
say,
know what it is? Full respect. Full 100. I feel like a fucking arsehole because I eat animals. If you think about it, honestly, it is disgusting.
well, why don't you try it? Why don't you
Even
try it?
like,
Why don't you try it? Why don't you start, Pamela?
I had
There's no real
tried it.
excuse
I
now.
had
You
tried
can look
it
it up.
a while back. I did, but I didn't give it long enough. I think I gave it about
Well,
6 weeks, but I was too hungry. I was
give it a
just
go.
gobbling all the time because I was really hungry.
Well, then start eating your start eating more vegan protein, and you won't be hungry. And in the morning, you'll be all right. Just adjusting yourself and maybe cut down the sugar intake so that you're not getting the sugar spikes that are making you hungry.
If there's any consolation, I do like vegan burgers. I like vegan
Oh, they are nice.
burgers.
I tell you what, one is nice.
Oh, they
The
are. I don't
Burger
like the
King.
sausages, but I do like the burgers. I
The
like the
burger,
burgers better
the
than
vegan,
meat
the
burgers. They
vegan,
are nice.
the vegan, the vegan Whopper or whatever you call it, the vegan Burger King one. That is nice. Did you ever have that?
No, I've just, when I've gone shopping and it's literally a vegan, but it's got vegan cheese in it. I don't know how they worked it, but it does taste nice. That one, I like it more than a meat burger. It's that nice.
Mm. It is that
I
nice.
think
Yeah.
is it Linda
Beyond
McCartney
me.
or something? It's like
Oh, Linda McCartney's.
it's
Yeah.
got it's
But
really nice.
I don't eat Linda McCartney's because I don't think all of her stuff is vegan, is it? Sometimes it's just
I
vegetarian.
don't
But
think so. I think
I
that's
don't
the
eat
thing
that stuff.
about it. The burger itself was vegan, but I don't think the cheese was.
Mm.
It's a vegan burger with
I know
cheddar
she does.
cheese.
Right. Yeah.
Which
Her stuff does.
I'm halfway there.
Well, you got a lot to go. It's not good
No,
enough.
no. No,
You know
I'd
that.
rather not wake up tomorrow. Fuck, not good enough. Fuck off tomorrow. I don't know even have to
Well, I hope that
try
you.
or do it.
I hope next time we speak, you're feeling better, and you do get to the park. Go to the park over the weekend and let me know what it's like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stay
you might
well.
like it. Wrap up warm though. Wrap up warm because it's a bit chilly out there. But
Obviously.
yeah, we are going to close the show down very soon, unless somebody comes on in the next, I'll say 5 minutes. We'll give them 5 minutes, Pamela, will we? That's about right. Yeah, 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes to come on, or the show ends.
I hope it's not because my stanky ass is on your show that no one's turning up. That's fucking horrible.
No,
It's gonna help me anxiety and all, you know.
No, it's nothing to do with you, Pamela. Nothing to do with you. It's just the Friday night. You know, people are out doing their thing, and it's kind of it's a bad time to do a
Yeah, I've heard
stream.
all your other shows. You're being a gentleman. You're being a bloody gentleman. Hello.
Mm. Hello.
Trying to be a gentleman.
No. No, just telling the truth. So, other than that, what's going on
What's
with
the name
your?
again? Oh, I wish you would come up. What's the name again? Oh, my memory
Chickpea?
is terrible.
Chickpea?
Yes.
Is it chickpea?
Yeah.
No, she's not here tonight. I don't
Nothing
know why.
wrong with a little bit of chickpea in your life.
I don't know why. Hmm.
Okay. I think I want to come up. I think I'm ruining your show, in fairness. I'm
No,
sure
not at
people
all.
usually.
Not at all. Not at all. We're just waiting peacefully for someone to come or not to come. If nobody comes, it's not the end of the world. We'll just end the stream
To
and we
come
might
or not to
come
come.
back again
To
another
come
day.
or not to. Let's make this a porno. To come or not to come.
Oh my God. I didn't say that. Pamela, your mind is in the sewer.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know. Someone might come up.
So, 3i Atlas, what do you think about that? Is it aliens? I don't think it is agnostic. I don't think it is. But you can come on and tell us if you think it is or not. The link is in the chat. You've got about a minute to do so. And if not, we're going to end the show.
We'll
Do you
sleep
believe in
tight.
aliens? Do you believe in aliens, Pamela? Before we go, would you like to tell us? Do you believe in aliens? Are aliens visiting this planet? Have they visited this planet?
Give me a moment. Courtesy of my fragmented dreams, yes.
What? What do you mean by
Yeah.
that?
Well, I can't give you a full script. It's just fragmented. Anytime I go to sleep, I see a lot of stuff. It's not really a good night's sleep either.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've been visited.
Not we. I said, what about you? Not we. Yes, me. I'm telling you a scene thing
I'm talking
which
about
is
aliens.
fragmented.
I'm talking about
dream-wise.
aliens. I don't think there's aliens.
Yeah, I think.
Coming to Earth. I think there
Well,
there
what would
probably
you
are
call
aliens
them
out
then?
there
What would you
somewhere.
have you not had dreams where you've seen things that are like well, what would you call it then?
Fabrications
Just
of the
something that
mind,
doesn't look
Pamela.
like you then? You know, like your average human being
Mm,
or something.
your mind working through the day's affairs, your trials and tribulations in life, your hopes and aspirations, trying to make sense of things in abstract conceptual formations in your mind's eye. Just dreams, Pamela. Nothing more, nothing less. But Pamela, I do think about other things, interdimensional beings. What do you think of those? Have a little read about those, and we can chat about that next time, because
Funny,
I
I
am going to
haven't
end the
you
show
just
now,
said
Pamela.
that because it's almost like you just copied what I was just saying to you. You just said it more eloquently. You know, what is this?
Interdimensional beings.
Mm. What's your point?
Yeah, look them up, and we can talk about them the next day. Because I'm going to end the stream now, Pamela. I'm sorry. It is getting late. You're on the same clock as me. You're on the same clock as me. It's time to hit
Are
the
you
hay.
sure?
And yeah, I think so. So I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. Thank you, Pamela, so much for coming on and
Be
talking to
well.
us. Thank you to Yerf Dogs,
Have a good one.
Divine, Global, Mason, KOK. Thank you. And anybody else I've missed? Retro. Thank you very much. I think that's about it. Yeah, thank you so much. And we will come back soon. Okay, take care, everybody.